Please be seated. And it's good now to invite Mr. Bill Kenwright, Chairman of Everton Football Club, to read our reading from Philippians.
Wow. I've always believed that St. Paul was the most dogged of all of Jesus' followers. His determination to spread the word of love of his master got him into some terrible scrapes, and he spent a lot of time in the most appalling dungeons you could possibly imagine. During that period, he wrote several letters to the congregations he had established. One was to his flock in Philippi. He wrote probably to tell them he was okay, although he was in jail, probably in Rome at the time, but also because he'd heard mumblings of problems in his congregation. And he wanted to tell them to keep their unity, keep their faith, and not listen to those who tried to turn the truth away from them. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again I will say rejoice. Let your gentleness be known to everyone. The Lord is near. Do not worry about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds in Christ Jesus. But finally, beloved, whatever is true, whatever is honorable, whatever is just, whatever is pure, whatever is pleasing, whatever is commendable, if there is any excellence, if there is anything worthy of praise, think about these things. Keep on doing the things that you do, that you have learned and received and heard and seen in me. And the God of peace will be with you always. Whatever is just, or in the words of the magnificent Margaret sitting in front of me here, whatever is true. Margaret said to me in September when we were at Goodison, I just want us all, Bill, to find the truth together. Well, girl, I think you're getting there now. I'm not going to stop you. When I was asked if I would say these few words, I was worried on two levels. One, I've had the most emotional day of my life earlier this year, actually 9 months ago, and I knew that this was going to be a really emotional one for me too. To be honest with you, I didn't really feel half of what I'm feeling now, and my life will never be the same after today, I promise you that. I was one of those kids brought up in the late 40s and early 50s who lived in a soccer mad family, but would go 1 week here and 1 week to the other place. And I used to come, and these were the days when a kid could play out at night, when you could go to see your team on your own. And I was quite a small, timid kid, and I used to enter the Cop. There was an entrance there, and there was a big stanchion here. And the main reason I came to the Cop to see Liverpool was because of my family, because I loved my Uncle Cyril immoderately, and I just wanted to be with him and his mates on a Saturday afternoon when Everton were playing away. And there was this big stanchion here, and if you stood a couple of inches on it, you could see right up in the Cop. And my uncle always used to stand round about there, and all he had to do was put his hand up like that, and this little 8-year-old would see him, and I would start my journey. And I promise you, I wouldn't get a yard before someone would pick me up, and I would be handled over heads until, it's true, until I'd found my uncle in the Cop. And I've never forgotten that, and I've never forgotten the warmth of this amazing site here. And two dates stick in my memory of when I was closest to Liverpool Football Club. One of them was when my all-time idol, Dave Hickson, joined you, and alongside 10,000 other Evertonians on a December night in 1959, we came and watched you beat Aston Villa 2-1, and you worshipped Dave as we worshipped Dave. The other day, of course, was 24 years ago today, when I was at Villa Park, not as a chairman, not even as a director, but as a fan. And I know you know all this, but from an Evertonian's point of view, that was an extraordinary day for us, because that was a time when you really wanted to win a semi-final. It was probably more precious to you than getting to the final, because it was in the days when the final was at Wembley, and you got there. And that day, all of my mates and I gathered together afterwards as the news came trickling in, and it was a trickle, and we felt like we'd been relegated. We didn't feel like we just got to Wembley. The journey home was terrible. Not nearly as terrible for what you go through, but we all knew people, had people. We all thought it could have been us. If those balls had come out of the bag differently, it could have been us. And it happened tragically to you. And I hope since that day you have known the support of Everton Football Club for you. I don't want to go on too much longer, but thank you. But like all of you, I watched that Liverpool documentary a few weeks back, and of course the words Hillsborough, the words justice were mentioned all the time, but there were two words that were mentioned an awful lot and resonated to me hugely, and I think to me they're the two most important words in the English language. Certainly to people from Liverpool, they're the two most important words in the English language. The words were, me mum. And all of us here are lucky enough. Some of us have got our mums beside us, but we've all got mums. And I saw your banner on Saturday at Reading saying, you've taken on the wrong city. Well, you've taken on the wrong mums too, because we all know about Liverpool mums and the way they fight for their kids and their family. And you mums here today, I know the pain. I don't know the pain because I'm not you, but I appreciate the pain that you would have felt on that day. But let me tell you, the 96 are here with you today as much as they've always been. And I hope by next year, the 25th anniversary, you'll be celebrating the greatest victory that any team in this country has ever had, not just in football, but in life. Everton Football Club, our manager David Moyes over there, we salute you, and if you ever want to come and have a service for them over at our place with some blues, the door's always open for you. God bless you.